Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada.
Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Mike Lonsborough and the man I found on lifemates.com, Grant Pollock. We couldn't be happier together.
We should make a commercial.
Let's do that little dance where they twirls you around like that. I want to talk to you about this, the Flames getting back to the grind, Grant. They are into training camp again, and of course they started off Sunday. What are your expectations of the Calgary Flames this year? I mean, I wanted to ask you one thing in specific. There are so many teams that had a lot of players, and the Bruins, for example, had 12 players go elsewhere to play during the lockout. I can't remember too many Flames jumping on that wagon and going elsewhere to play.
Because they love playing here so much?
Or they're part of a country club. Did I say that out loud? That voice just gets the better of me. So I'm wondering about that, Grant. I think that could be a big difference. You got all these guys playing at that speed already, and then you got these guys coming out and playing their first games. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts on the Flames that I hate to use the word more excited about watching this team this year, but I am more interested in watching them. Because in years past, there are a lot of guys, as you just said, have come back. It's pretty much the same team. But this year, aren't you interested in seeing if Sven Berchi is one of the best young rookies in the league? Aren't you interested in seeing if Roman Cervenka is the best player not playing in the NHL? I am. And I want to see how Bob Hartley is with this team. Yep. He's saying all the right things right now. Up-tempo practices like I've never seen in recent years before. And the way he handles people, there just seems to be a different atmosphere around this team. And I just am interested in see if Dennis Wideman can lead this power play to be even better. So I'm more interested in the Flames this year. And I think all those things will help those guys who've been here for a few years be better.
Maybe we've been suttered to death. Maybe all the schemes and the defensive plans, maybe this whole offensive system that Hartley loves to run may be a breath of fresh air, and who knows? Who knows what could happen? But it is refreshing to see, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been Sutterized.
Yeah.
This has been a Sutterite colony since since about 1998 when Brian Sutter came along. I think Brian Sutter was right at the right time. Yes. I think he did a lot of good things. I enjoyed my time with Brian Sutter. I thought he was outstanding at the right time. And if they had a goalie, a good goalie when Brian Sutter was here, I think this team
could have done something.
Could have done something. Would have made the playoffs and done something.
Yeah.
And then Daryl Sutter came along, and then Brent Sutter came along, and then there was Dwayne Sutter as Director of Player Personnel, and I believe Ron is still around there as a scout. It's time for change, and I think this is what's happening right now, and maybe that's why fans should be a little bit more excited about this team this year, because it's Bob Hartley, and it's Jay Feaster and John Weisbrod's team right now, too. It's not a Sutter general manager either, so there's a lot of new things happening to the Flames that lead me to believe it's going to be more fun to watch this team.
Fresh start. I mean, that's what it is. Finally, it's a complete wipe it right off the board. We're starting fresh.
Now, my only concern is that, of course, Bob Hartley's going to say, yeah, we're going to play. I heard Ralph Kruger, the Oilers head coach, another rookie head coach with his team. Well, I guess Hartley's not a rookie head coach, but he is with the Flames. We're going to be an attack style. We're going to do this. You hear this a lot ad nauseum around the NHL. It's almost like when radio and TV stations go to the CRTC for license, they promise the world, we are going to cover low. And they do for a month. Yeah. And then they don't. So this up-tempo attack style, everybody's saying it. Does it happen after 2 weeks into the season when they're, 0-3-1 or something like that?
Reminds me of the old days with the Stamps, and Earl Lunsford and Mike Riley would come out, and they had no chance in hell. This is going to be a #1 football team. It's going to do this, and you're going, okay. And just knew it wasn't going to happen.
But at least they're saying the right things. And from what I've seen at practice, Bob Hartley runs an up-tempo practice. He really does. It does looks different. And he seems to be giving the players the benefit of the doubt of following his style, giving them time and support. Now, what happens behind closed doors? Yes. Away from the cameras and the public eye, I don't know what happens, but he's saying the right things. So I'm excited.
But he's nobody's fool, Grant. This is one thing I like about this guy.
Smart guy.
Smart guy, and he won't take shit from the superstars or guys not pulling their weight, right? Maybe a little lenient to the superstars, but the guys not pulling their weight, he'll call them on it. And that's what I liked. And that's what I heard about him in Colorado and every place he went.
Apparently he's a little more lenient on the superstars.
Yeah.
He's tough on the grinders, getting them to play better, getting them to play better, getting them to play better, and he can ride them, you know, hard. And that, you know, if you're an average guy and have this guy harping on you, it can be tough. So that remains to be seen. It's good right now. Let's hope it continues on. But I'm excited to see Bob Hartley behind the bench.